This is what your screen is going to look like after you log in. There won't be any commercials, so you click New. And then here you have two options. If you're someone who is a little bit more advanced with your marketing and have already an existing script that perhaps your consultant has provided to you, you can click that. It will be, you can use your existing script, and what you'll do is you put your brand name. I'm going to put here Hapeel Commercials. Then you put your full script, you just paste it in. You put you can also put the vibe or tone. You can also, for any of these, you can get suggestions. Although if you're using an existing script, getting suggestion doesn't really make sense. And then you go pick the kind of commercial this is going to be. If it's for social, you would select 916. If it's wide for YouTube, for example, it would be 69. Or if you're doing a broadcast, for example, if you're a car dealership, this is more about whether you want short little clips as the default. It'll calculate how many beats to create for you. You can change this in the production phase as well. This just will tell the system how many beats to pre-populate for you. How should it split up your script? Because the big value that is provided by this tool is that it's going to automate all of this for you, as opposed to you having to go create one clip at a time, write the prompt. It is going to do all of that. So if you want fewer beats, you click 8. If you want more beats, you click 4 or 6. But like I said, you can change that per beat as well. If you come to a particular one, you're like, well, this one, I think just contextually should be a shorter beat. And then if you hear, you would click 30 seconds. Right now, you'll see for the pricing, this is the one that's available. But if you really need to do longer, please contact me. We can arrange for a different package for you. Okay, so then you click create custom beats down here, and this is attached down here, although I think it's better if it's down there, but if you guys don't agree, we can keep it there. The nice thing about keeping it down there is that you can go back up and change this and then click and not have to scroll all the way down. So that's one path. And in both of these paths, there's an option here to port from Story Intake, which is another app that we provide, Hapeel. So if you go here with the pen stories, it's Story Intake. Here, you can actually create your script as well. It's a more elaborate system. Another option is you can write the brief. Video that I made, I did it with this. You put the brand name again, you put your value proposition. We are going to be offering that as a separate service. We're partnering with a company that is, they're consultants, and they're building an AI tool that will develop all of that for you. But regardless, if you didn't want to do that and you just want to have something because you already know what it is, you just put that in, and then you put your idea for the commercial. So like you describe what you want it to be, and then you go same thing, you select and you click create. Now again, same thing even with this write brief, you can all support your profile or you create, and I'm not going to create right now. Actually, we will do that. So let's say, I guess we didn't put details, but we can do that. Value proposition is intuitive, human-centric, because the whole point is that you can be a part of that process, and automated, because that is the big value, AI generated commercial. I'm actually going to let this adjust. I actually really liked one of the things it suggested earlier. I'm not gonna read it because I'm not trying to do that. And then here, I'm just gonna let it suggest again. And then here is the big point. So when you create a thing, it will let you pick the plan. If you want to just start a trial, I'm offering a free trial, 14 days for you to like play around, see how it works. And I'm giving 200 free credits to the first 200 trial users. Here is where you do your casting. So you click identify characters. It will pull the characters from your commercial, from your script, and then it will pre-populate a description for them. I would take a look and make sure. Oh, I'm going to expand this again. I would take a look. You envision something else. You're like, no, it shouldn't be that. It should be older, different, whatever. You can change that, and then once you're happy with the description, you create generate this. Right now, says generate another because there's already one there. You could also add an image. You can upload if you already have an image that you like. You can upload that. That's in particular true for ones where it's going to be like an avatar, like you want to upload your own image. Here, I actually uploaded all of the car pictures. So if you have another commercial, this is true for people who are doing multiple commercials, right? Because there's commercial fatigue, so you have to create new ones. You can actually pick which commercial from your versions, and it will have that as context. It won't be exactly the same, and it's actually quite it's a bit experimental in the sense that it's just in the context of the memory, not quite. It can't use it as references because then you won't be able to add additional references. But then you go to production. Here's where I was saying that you can pick the duration again here. So for generation, if you decide, I changed my mind, I don't want, like, let's say halfway through you change your mind, or per one you can too. But let's say you've done your brief, it's already generated beats, but you want to. So you were thinking of having less beats, but you want to have the length actually be different. You can do that here. You can also pick your model for that it should default to, but you can also do that per clip as well. So here you go down, and if you had dialogue in your script, it will pull it up automatically, and it will be in the prompt. If you had voiceover, same thing, it'll pull that automatically, and it'll put in the prompt based on the script. So all of this is automated. So the nice thing here is, again, everything is automated. This will start out with this, and this won't be there because it won't have generated. And you can select which character is in that thing, and you just click it. You don't have to go find the picture and upload. You just click that. You can also, if let's say there is a character that isn't a main character, but you still want to control the look of them, or if, for example, you want to control the scenery, you could do that. You can generate an AI image here as well, and it will pop up this description. This is probably not going to be accurate because this is just doing, you know, a default thing. It's not really about the part that you want to generate, but regardless, because that, and you can say which aspect ratio, and then you generate, and then you attach that. You can also upload images. So you already have an image and you want to use that as a reference for a particular beat. You add it here. And then once you've done that, you pick your model. You can see the different credits that are charged. This is, again, controlled by Google. They charge less for light because that's meant to be a preview. It's lower quality, slower, but it's also not as like robust. But you can sometimes test, see how like it's thinking and changes without spending a lot of money. Fast is the same same model, but it's lower quality as well. And then your quality one is really for the final product when you're ready and you want a good quality product, but it's more expensive, obviously. So you select that, and then this is where I was saying you can select the speed, the length for this particular clip, and then it will tell you what it's going to get charged, and then you generate. And then here you can, once it's done, you can download this if you want to take it and put it somewhere else, although you don't need to, but if you wanted to, you can. You can upload your own clip. Let's say you have B-roll you want to add, you can upload that. And then once this generates, you can also trim. You can say, well, this can be really helpful for AI generating, because sometimes there are like weird things that AI does that don't match the physical role, but you like the rest. You can just say, cut that out. You can also cut out from the middle. So you can really edit where you want. You can also replace visuals. So you can also change the audio. Let's say you didn't like the audio, you can replace it, or you can lay your audio on top. Let's say it creates the audio, and then you want to add music on top, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do that, or you can upload something here. Then so then that generates, you say, let's say you're happy with it. And then for the next one, you have two options. If the next one is continuous, you click continue from previous, and it will load the previous clip, and you pick where you want to continue from. And then you pin that. By default, it'll be the end of the previous clip, which would be, I guess I should test that again because we had some AI mess some things up, and to redo a bunch of things. But it's supposed to be the end of the trimmed clip. But if it's not doing that, let me know. And then you pin that, and then you could also do transition to the next beat, so it will automatically pick up the first image of the next video if it exists. If you don't see that, it's because you don't have a next beat yet. But if you do have one, it'll do that. So it's really nice for transitions if you want to like go from one to another. And then but you can also, if this wasn't there, you can attach, and because if you want to go from this to a point where you want to end there, you could also attach that. And then again, you generate, and if you add audio here, let's say you change your mind about the script you want to add, you got to apply to audio, script to audio, and it will add the prompt as it needs to be for the model. And then once you're done, like I said, you can put different audio, blah, blah, in each of the beats. But once you're all done, you come down here, that's your last one, and then you go to post. And then in post, you can export the whole thing. Or if you're like, you know what, the music doesn't match, I want one music for all of it, you can add another whole video track. And here, you can generate for the whole thing. It can be either AI music, AI voiceover, or you can upload something. You can be layered on top or replace the audio. So you could even have those original ones not have any ambient sound and only have dialogue. So then you put music on top, whatever you want. Or I sometimes add voiceover at the end to this. And then once you're done, you export. You can also preview to see how it sounds. And then once it's all done, you export. And you can also download the separate beats. So here you can download each one separately if you wanted to do that, and then like play with it in, for example, Clipchamp if that was what you wanted to do. But you can also just export, and it will attach them all together and put the music on top, and you have your commercial. And congratulations. And I'll do a separate video to tell you about how to getting. We talked about this a little bit, but I think it's better in a separate video about the fact that you can also create your script through this app, and it will walk you through more steps. And you can also have profile and advanced so that it loads, your picture and your voice sample, things like that, to kind of cut down some of the steps. But we'll go through that in another video.